Here we go. 1 o'clock on a Sunday out here on the East Coast. And everybody's joining up. I'm ChrisBiffle, also known as Coach B, and they're joining like crazy. Hello again. Happy girl. Hello. Melissa. So good to see you online, Melissa. Godchick22. Nancy Stoltenberg is here. If Nancy Stoltenberg is here, the party can get started. Happy Girl 412, hello back at you. Give me some hearts and invite your friends and followers and tweeteries. Jay Valle, hello. Mrs. Kelly invited followers. Nancy is partying. Rhonda from Nebraska, Mighty Oh Yeah. Stephanie met her. Stephanie, you're beginning to be one of Coach's favorites. Ho, 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 ho. Invite your followers. Yes, Shelly Moko. Kelly G. Hamilton, hello. Tahoe Girl. Tahoe Girl, you're way up there in my esteem because you've been here for, 20 years now, Tahoe Girl, we've been talking to each other. Brandy Lynn Esquire. Yes, Tahoe Girl. Tahoe Girl, is it Northern California? How are things going up there after we did the Gilroy conference? 48,000 for I'm looking for 500,000 stars. Tahoe Girl, are you Dana Kimmel? Am I confusing names here? All right. Hey Jelly. Hi Coach. Kinder Duo. Karen, hello. Oh, Marie. You met Dana though. That's good. Let's hit that 500,000 stars, my friends. Karen, hello. All right, let's get started. I'm from Missouri too. I'm a St. Louis boy, Cardinals fan. Here we go. What is Invincible Grit Thursday? That's the question. Who's excited about learning about Invincible Grit? Yours won't load, but it will eventually, Blizzard. It'll get there. Stephanie's excited. Here's our shameless plug. 10-finger woo. Who's got the books? Who loves them? Who wishes they had them 5 years ago? I wish I had them 5 years ago. Both of these are bestsellers. Thank you, Kelly. Me love them, says Kelly G. Me, says Superi. 6 Howards. Yes. So much for the shameless plug. These books have saved me, says Stephanie. You're leading a book study? Send me an email. Need a new copy there? Well, love, says Joanna. All right, invite your followers. Here we go. Before we talk about how to teach Invincible Grit every Thursday, let's review the new whole brain teaching rules. Here they are. Here's the beauty of a live webcast. I can show you the gestures, my friend. Here we go. Rule 1, follow directions quickly. Rule 2, raise your hand for permission to speak. Rule 3, raise your hand, and let's make it fun, for permission to leave your seat. Ah! Rule 4, this is where character education comes in, make smart choices. Thank you, Superi. Make smart choices, kindness, leadership, courage, invincible grit. Those are our 4 virtues, and we think we can go miles and miles and miles with those. But let me make a big point right now. Listen to me. Glasses off. Here's where this is going. This is not going to be slogans on the wall. This is not going to be admonishments, scoldings about being virtuous. This is going to be virtue practice, practicing and rehearsing virtuous behavior. And this is huge. I'm putting my glasses on to take my glasses off again. This is huge. We're not talking about here's a lesson, here's a unit on math, and here's a separate unit on character education. We are going to infuse character education into our lessons all day long. How are we going to do that? Let's take the hardest case. As you can tell, I'm excited. The hardest case for the infusion of character education would be math. But what if there was such a thing as a virtue math word problem? So instead of talking about Jimmy and Jerry and their lemonade stand, let's talk about Jimmy and Jerry who collected winter clothes for the homeless shelter in Wichita, Kansas. Let's talk about global warming. Let's talk about famine. Let's talk about the serious moral issues of the day and the heroic, courageous, generous activity of kids who are meeting these challenges and put them in word problems. That would be virtue math. Maybe I ought to just stop right now. I'm so excited. Anybody excited about character education infused into our lessons? I'm waiting. I'm taking a drink. Yes, says Stephanie. She's happy about it. Perfect subject to teach and practice Invincible Grit, says Ms. Kelly. That's what I'm talking about. Me too, Gatona. Kids are loving it, says Stacy. Hamilton Star, you rock yourself. Oh, so excited, says Melissa. Melissa's having great luck with her kinders and character education. So that's where we're going. We're going to infuse character education into our lessons, and we're going to show you how to do it. Yes, we need more of this. All right, here we go. Now, our Rule 5, keep your dear teacher happy. Diamond rule, keep your eyes on the target, please. Now, today what we're going to talk about, learned helplessness. I love that phrase. Today what we're going to talk about, take a quick look. Those are the new rules. Yeah, it is better than 2 trains leaving the station. Love that new rule. I do too. I'm excited about it. Take a picture if you want. I will post this as a free PDF. So the key thing is we want to dedicate 1 day a week to a different virtue. Now we're going to do the virtues all day, all week. But Monday, let's focus on kindness, leadership on Tuesday, courage on Wednesday, Invincible Grit on Thursday. That's today's subject. And Beautiful Friday, we're doing all of them. I started this pattern of virtue a day. And how's it working? The key thing is we don't want to teach them to be all kinds of good every day. Let's just think about kindness. It's Monday. Let's think about leadership. 6 Howards has. It's like magic. They love it, says Stephanie. I'm glad to hear. That's the most common comment we hear about whole brain teaching. Kids love it. What's better? Kids are starting to notice it themselves, says Stacy. Thank you. It's been great with my class, says Paula. I'm so happy. You make coaches' dreams come true. I'm so happy. I'm just skipping forward. I want to get right to the good stuff. Well, let me just first ask, who is here for the first time? Who's here for the first time? Here's to you. Just tell me, you're here for the first time. I'll wait. We love first-timers. Miley's, great to have you. Anybody else a first-timer? Thank you, 6 Hours. Here for the first time. Thank you, Emily. Couple more first-timers. First-timers, listen. You can get a free copy of this PDF on our Facebook site. Many time viewer. Thank you, JD Marie. Here's the deal. Quick review. Different virtue each day of the week. You can get the PDFs on our website. And today we're just focusing on Invincible Grit. But we have some exciting stuff, an incredible game. Let's talk about the lesson plan. So first, you define invincible, which means you can't be defeated. Let me zoom in here. You can't be defeated. And grit means never quitting. So if you have invincible grit, you can't be defeated because you never quit. Invincible grit defeats discouragement. So you tell your kids, as we do in lessons, there's two ways to demonstrate kindness. There's two ways to demonstrate courage. There's two ways to demonstrate invincible grit. Gritty speaking and gritty acting. So instead of, that's incredible stuff, instead of having a lecture on gritty speaking and acting, you say, tell your neighbors some examples that we could display in this classroom of never giving up. Tell your neighbors some things that they could say to each other to encourage each other to never give up. Have the kids talk to each other. So much more effective than doing a lecture. Which reminds me, I finally see what the third book in the series is. First book, Challenging Kids. Second book, 122 Amazing Games. I know what the third book is, and I'm working on it now. Anybody interested in getting an advanced preview of the third book? I'm taking a drink. I'm waiting for the excitement to build. Preview of the third book. I'm so excited about it. I even love the title. Virtues is going to be the fourth book. Thank you, my friend. I love you, okay? There, I've said it. I love you. Here's the third book. Thank you, Tammy. Tell me how you like the title. Toward the Light. Letters to a Young Teacher. That's what I'm going to do. I want to write some personal letters to young teachers about their mission, their goal, veteran colleagues, how to schedule the day, what to do when things don't go well, what should you do if your principal's nutty. I just thought that one up. Letters to a young teacher, toward the light. That's where we're going. So it's just from me to you based upon 45 years in education. This is stuff that I wish someone had told me about years ago. Ward off burnout. What to do when you're feeling burned out. You know what I'm saying? My heart to your heart, toward the light. You need that now, says Diamond Girl. Going towards the light. Thank you, Shelley. My friends, I'm just inspired today. I'm just, I hope you know that everyone in Whole Brain Teaching is a Christian. We get to say that because we're not on a public platform. But we've had some terrible difficulties in my life in the last couple of days. And it hurt so badly I couldn't stop thinking about these terrible difficulties and, substitute your own. And I woke up this morning grieving about these problems I was helpless to fix. And God gave me a blessing I got to share with you. I felt like what I can do is draw a children's book called the life of Jesus, a child's life of Jesus. And I thought to myself, every time I feel bad about this, I'm going to link that to my project. It'll take me 10 years. Cartoon drawings like Mary Englebright, a child's life of Jesus. That's my advice to you. You've got a problem. Pray about it, of course. But then link that problem to something that lifts up your heart so that the problem snaps on the joy. You understand what I'm saying? Use the brain for what it does best. Link the pain to something joyful so the pain turns into lights on. Thank you, Nancy. Okay, here we go. It's so cool that we can talk about this stuff because we're not in school, but we all know what we're going through and what we're thinking. Think of others. All right. So there is, every Thursday I want you to tell a story about a gritty person or show a newspaper story that features grit or discouragement, or describe a movie or video. So make your gritty lesson. It does work for me, my friend. Make your gritty lesson, illustrate it with personal experiences or public events. And then encourage your kids to think up ways that they can be gritty. You might have to prompt them. Kids might say, all right, we're not going to say I can't, or we should keep trying. It absolutely works in kinder. It works in kinder as well as any place. Kinder teachers out there who are using this, share how our character education unit works. Help others who are discouraged. Now, here it comes. The easiest way to teach invincible grit is to use a pair of dice. I'm just going to stay on that screen for a second. How excited are kinders? How excited are 12th graders when you bring out a big pair of foam dice? The foam dice are out. Would kinders get excited about it? Would second graders get excited? Oh, the foam dice. They go crazy. Good crazy, says Stephanie. They're in paradise, says CyberCert. I'm going to tell you, they would, says Shelly Moko. So we have a game that involves foam dice that teaches kids invincible grit. Who just fainted? I'll say that again. We have a game that involves foam dice that can be used in any lesson that teaches kids never to give up. Lucky I'm sitting down, says 6 hours. Oxygen, please, says Nancy Stoltenberg. Shelly Moko is just open-mouthed with excitement. Stephanie is, ooh. Love it, says C1OSS. Let's talk brain science about why the dice, just the sight of dice, makes kids flip out. Here we go. It's going to change your life. It's going to change tomorrow. Wow, a living wax museum. Here it is. Now, as soon as you bring out the dice, every kid pays intense attention. Give me an oh yeah. Why? I'm going to tell you. Stokely's in the house. Hey, Stokely. Love that. Godson, Lennon. Scientists have discovered that the brain produces the most dopamine, our pleasure chemical, when it anticipates uncertain reward. We love games because they are pure, uncertain reward. Think about this. This is going to change. It changed my perspective on teaching, and I hope it changes yours. Let's hurry on to groundbreaking uncertain reward research from Dr. Paul Howard Jones of the University of Bristol. That's why the spinner works too. Games are funtricity. But here's the science behind the funtricity. All right, 3 experiments. Imagine a monkey looking at a computer screen. And there's a little honey dripper near the monkey's mouth. In the first experiment, every time the monkey sees the triangle, the monkey gets a drip of honey. And dopamine increases. So the first experiment, predictable reward. You're going to dig this. Second experiment, random reward. The monkey receives a drip of honey occasionally. Sometimes from the triangle, sometimes from the square, sometimes from the circle. Random reward. But every honey drip produces a dopamine spike. I want to be clear on this because it really changed how I think about teaching. Monkey's hooked up to a computer screen. Watches a screen and there's electrodes measuring dopamine levels. First go around, every triangle, monkey gets a drip of honey. Triangle, ah. Circle, square, circle, square. Triangle, ah. That's predictable reward. That's what we use in schools, predictable reward, because we think we're being nice. Did you ever notice a predictable reward wears out pretty predictably? Second one, monkey, wired up, same way, but now sometimes a drip comes on a triangle, sometimes a square, sometimes a circle, random reward. Drip of honey, still produced. Dopamine still released, but it's random. Now check this out, my friends. Check it out. Uncertain reward. The monkey receives a drip of honey occasionally, but only from the triangle. Uncertain reward. Dopamine rises in anticipation and then spikes higher on the honey drip. Honey drip on the triangle, but not every single time. So now the monkey looks at the computer screen. Is it going to be a triangle? Is it going to be a triangle? Is it going to be a triangle? There's a triangle. Oh, there's a triangle. Oh, triangle drip of honey. Ha 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 ha. Get it? Uncertain, unpredictable reward. The most dopamine. Who's flipping out right now? Anybody flipping out and seeing how we can use this? Here's to flipping out over uncertain reward. You get it? Flipping says Kristen. Backflip says 6 hours. We're rewarding kids, but predictably. Reward them uncertainly. Why? Check it out. Check it. Every game of chance, and every game is a game of chance, produces dopamine spikes because of uncertain rewards. We love games because we don't know if we will win. It isn't the winning, it's the doubt about winning that gets us so stinking excited. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? And we watch. Oh, the dopamine spiking. I'm playing Monopoly. We shoot the basketball. We roll the Monopoly dice. We move the chess piece. Oh, what will happen? Games are uncertainly rewarding, and that's why we're addicted to game playing. Get that into your mind. It's a liberating, transforming message. So when you pull out the dice, your students' brains start to get jacked up with dopamine. What's going to happen? Uncertain reward. Who's so on board they feel their life just changed? It changed my life when I read about it because it made so much sense. You're teaching along and then you say we're going to play a game. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Starting to get it, says Karen. On board, says Nancy. Yes. Mind blown, says Krista Allen. Tears of joy, 6 hours. So changed. This is a Sunday webcast worth rewatching. I'm so pumped. So if we could have a game that involved uncertain reward, that taught invincible grit, my friends, we would be standing at the gates of teaching heaven, if such a game existed. I think we got such a game. Ho, 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 ho. Here it goes. Invincible grit game. Step 1, tell kids they're going to play invincible grit. Show them a pair of big foam dice, put the numbers below on the board and circle 7. Got that? 2 through 12, you circle 7. Now you only play invincible grit on Thursdays and then a little bit. Yes, Chapin, you need this. Step 2, begin a demanding exercise, extended reading, tough word problems, whatever. Explain that when you see the whole class intensely focused, displaying invincible grit, you'll roll the dice. If 7 comes up, the whole class gets 2 points. When they've amassed 10 points over several days, they win a 1-minute dance party. Let's go over that again. Now listen to me. Step 2 is, it is genius. Thank you, Stephanie. It doesn't come from me. Now listen, this is huge. I'm taking off the glasses again. The first time you bring out the foam dice and you ask for intense attention, don't say, oh, that was good enough, we'll play invincible grit. Don't even play invincible grit the first time. Just say, you know what? That was pretty good. We'll try again tomorrow or maybe next Thursday. But that was not what I mean by true, can't be defeated determination. I mean, my friends, I had some people with their heads on the desk. I had some other people looking out the window. That's not grit. That's not determination. That's not the best that you can do. Gritters are not quitters. And when your head's on the desk, you're looking out, that's a kind of being discouraged. So maybe the next time I bring out the foam dice, we'll get to play this incredible game. Do not play the game because you love the game. Do not play the game because you can't resist playing the game. The game then loses all meaning. It has to be a legitimate reward for extra special determination. Otherwise, you're rewarding for stuff you don't want. Who's going to confess right now that they're a softie? You love kids. You want to be nice to them. You're such a softie, you're going to go in and play the invincible grit game if they're sort of good. Come on, if you're a softie, confess it right now. It's good for you to hear. You're a softie. You're being so nice, you're not setting the bar high enough. Thank you. I used to be, says 6 hours. I can be, says Kelly. No way, says. I'm soft, says mine. I'm still learning, Jane. Blizzard, I can't believe that you're a softie. What we accept is what we get is so true. Mr. WBT Andre. I'm trying not to be, says Cammie Jones. Busted, says. Only when the door is closed and nobody knows. Thank you, Kristen. So don't be a softie. All right, let's keep going with the game. How do you like this? You could do anything as a reward. You could put marks on the scoreboard. You could give a super improver star if they roll a 7. But I like the idea of earning stars for a 1-minute dance party. In fact, what I would do now, rewriting this, I'd say 30-second dance party. 30-second dance party. First 5 or 10 times they win Invincible Grit, and you know the odds are against them. And then you amp it up to a 45-second dance party. You see what I'm saying? If you say the reward is 30 seconds, that's a reward. 1 minute with kinder, I think, is too long. Next year, go with 30 seconds. They'll like 30 seconds as much as they like a minute, but then you get a chance to lift it up to 45 seconds. Lift it up to a minute. 30 seconds of energetic funtricity. Thank you, Shelley. Keep going. Now, step 3. If 7 doesn't come up, the class pats their heart and cheers. We've got grit. We don't quit. That's the point. That's the point. We're going to teach kids to resist failure when the odds are against them. We've got grit. We don't quit. You think they'd like that? That's the point of the game, is learning how to respond to failure. Blizzard has been having great luck with this. You can already hear them, says Stephanie. Individual kids rehearse wrong way, right way. But this is a class-wide game. We've got grit. We don't quit. I think like this. We've got grit. We don't quit. Celebrate determination to continue with uncertain reward. I think it's one of our best. So as the days unfold, talk about the importance of defeating discouragement in real life situations. When playing Invincible Grit, kids learn to happily engage in a challenging activity, even though the odds are against them. Invincible Grit teaches a positive response to failure, a crucial life lesson. Why does this game work? Because rolling the dice in Invincible Grit involves uncertain reward, which produces dopamine, the brain's pleasure chemical. In fact, even losing and winning the right to cheer, we've got grit, we don't quit, is a dopamine-producing uncertain reward. And so here I have a grit summary. So I want you to get the vision of where we're. Have the leaders roll the dice. How often should we play? Use your teacher's intuition. I'd say seldom. Certainly there's a chance to play every Thursday. And as the year goes on, if you haven't played it too much, you might play Invincible Grit several times a week in the spring when you desperately need it. That's beautiful, Blizzard. It is a life lesson that our kids desperately need, my friends, because the odds are stacked against them. The individual kid who shows grit could roll the dice, who shows an improvement in grit. We don't want our stars to be the best kids. Glasses off. We want our stars to be the most improving kids. Amen? So, let me take you, here is a summary of the week's virtue. Kindness Monday. Get focused on this. Teach kindness by frequently saying thank you and your students reply you're welcome. Leadership Tuesday. Teach leadership by asking kids to perform like students 2 grades higher. Courage Wednesday. Teach courage by showing students how to address the class with mere words. Teach Invincible Grit by playing the dice game, and on Friday you can play them all. There it is, a bone simple character education program. One more time. Monday, you say thank you. They say you're welcome. Hold your hands out. They hold their hands out, and then you do this occasionally, ah, and they do ah, an air hug. Kindness Monday, thank you, you're welcome. We can do some more stuff. Leadership Tuesday, what do we mean by leadership? Act like kids 2 grades older. Courage Wednesday, what do we mean by courage? Stand up, say class yes. You say mirror words and teach your neighbors. Overcome the fear of being in the spotlight. And how do we teach grit? Anytime, any lesson, get out the foam dice, have the numbers on the board. And you know what? Later in the spring, maybe you circle 2 numbers. Ho, 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 ho. Understand what I'm saying? Level it up. Here's where we're going. I want you to see the vision of where we're headed. You're going to play games all day long. But this is how you're going to do it. It's so simple, it's unbelievable. List the activities of the day. For each activity, have a game. You use the scoreboard? Use the scoreboard with morning message. Use Super Improver? Use Super Improver with phonics. You got a tough math lesson come up? It's time for Invincible Grit. We have 5 to 10 games that can be used in any situation. It's just game, 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 game all day long. Funtricity. And then when they've been over funtricity, say, you know, we'll have a quiet time. You can just sit at your desk and do some reading. A game-based teaching system is the future of whole brain teaching with an infusion of character education. All right, I want to know, who's going to try at least to get out the foam dice next week? Who's foam dicing? I'm taking a drink. Who's so excited about Invincible Grit, they're afraid that they're going to be a softie? Don't be a softie. Oh my goodness, there's a couple of people here that are going to try it. Why? There's more than a couple. This teacher is. Here's to you, my teaching pals. You just got nominated for Teacher of the Year. Griffin. Foamy latte in the other, says WBT Andre. Transform your teaching. So easy and so smart. Congrats. All right. Why don't I just talk all night, you know, until there's just 2 of us here. We're drinking. I will not be a softie. Thank you. Change your world, says Kristen. All right. We have a contest. Here is the contest. Don't worry about running out of games. We've got 122. I want to get to our contest. Next week, the 4 Secrets of Character Education. Next Sunday at this time, the 4 Secrets of Character Education. Who's going to be there with friends? February 7th, the 4 Secrets of Character Education. Yes, go to the Facebook pages and ask questions. You'll get this free PDF, lots of people to follow. Here's a bunch of resources that you can get. The free PDF. Bell's on, says Shelley Moko. Yeah, that should be Invincible Grit Thursday. Sign up for the email lessons, but let's get to the... Oh, hey, anybody want on-site training, you Canada folks? Get an administrator to send me an email. Who has an administrator who loves whole brain teaching? We're filling up our summer calendar now. I've got a few spots in March and April. Send me an email. Let's figure it out. It's a bit less expensive than normal professional development. That's my answer on expense. Because we give away so much stuff for free. Mrs. Dupree, best admin ever. She sure is. Kristen? All right, let's get to our game. All right, here's how you can win a free copy. Send us a powerful action plan for implementing Invincible Grit in your classroom. If your plan is selected, you win a free book and make your kids famous. Here's the winner. Chris Chapin, are you tuning in right now? I think I saw a name like Chapin on here. Chris, you won. Grades 2-3 in Oak Forest, Illinois. Chapin, congratulations. Everybody, let's hear it for Chris. She won a free copy of Whole Brain Teaching for Challenging Kids. Woohoo! Yes. Great action plan, says Nancy. Everybody who enters gets that. We'll send you an e-certificate. You enter, tell your kids, you get the free e-certificate. You're an international award winner with Whole Brain Teaching Honor Society, the Invincible Grit Prize for 2016. Yes, Chris, I'm glad you're excited. Who's going to enter? Who wants the free book? Whose kids would be thrilled to win an international award? You can put it on your wall. Don't you love the price of these contests? I know Stephanie's going to send in an action plan. Mine would, says 6 hours. Our class will enter. Come on, Rhonda. All right, my friends. Another wonderful, here's that prize. Take a look at it. In 15 minutes, I'll put a free PDF. I'll put a free PDF on our Facebook site. Next week, the 4 secrets of character education. Can't miss that. All right. Names and places. Whole Brain Teachers United. Who's all in? Where are you from? Shelley, you bless me. Whole Brain Teachers United. Maria, you in? Liz, I know you. Stephanie. Sherry from South Carolina. San Diego. Paula from Texas. Kingwood, Texas. Andre, of course, WBT United. Oklahoma. Missouri. Are you all in? Do you see the vision? Kathy from Kansas. Thank you. Thank you, Kristen. Colorado is all in. Hello, Holly Gorman from Corona, California. Wichita, San Diego. Kristen and Lennon from Bossier, of course. Nicole from Louisiana. Can't wait for the conference announcement. It's coming. Kira from Rochester, New York. We've been to Rochester. All right, my friends, thank you so much. Next Sunday, the 4 secrets of character education. New Brunswick, Canada. You see the vision? Thank you, Shelley. July. I'm thinking July. It's looking like July right now. It was looking like June, but now it's looking like July. Who'd like a July conference in Hawaii? We're working on that one, but I'm sorry, I don't think I can make that work. All right. Okay, my friends, it is power to the teachers, power to the kids. Coach B signing off. Until next Sunday. God bless us all, my friends.